Hey everybody, Ed Homewood. I hope everyone's doing well today. Well, today should be an interesting and probably a controversial video. We're going to talk about cables, high-end cables. So do me a favor, sit back, relax, and we'll get going on this video. This should be a fun video. I can't wait to see what the comments are like. We're going to talk about boutique manufactured, high-end, cryogenically treated, some of them, audio cables from a company called Crescendo Cable. Now, Crescendo Cable is based in Montreal, Canada. They've been around since 2022, and initially the company was building cables for professional recording studios and those type of applications. But after some listening sessions and some of the folks in the recording studio said, they sound really good in my home audio system, they decided to get in the business of manufacturing audiophile cables. Now, I met Luke, the owner of the company, at the Heaven 11 booth at Expona 2025, and he was kind enough to send me some cables. Now, their lineup includes speaker cables of a variety of different types and styles, depending on how many strands of wiring inside and so forth, some digital interconnect cables, power cords. Now, Luke tells me they're all engineered for precise signal transfer, clear dynamics, and stable power delivery. And the company emphasizes musicality, natural timbre, and a 3D dimensional soundstage. So we're going to talk about 4 different models of cables from Crescendo. We're going to talk about the HPVL10 speaker cables. Now, these are his top-of-the-line cable, magnificently well built. They run $4,395 for a 10-foot pair. And the cables consist of tinned copper conductors with a beautiful cotton sheet. They're really nicely made. The connectors are 4mm banana plugs, and they have a unique feature, and it's going to be hard to show you, but you can turn the barrel of this and it actually expands the banana plug so it fits tight in the banana plug input on the back of your speaker system. I mean, really tight, really good contact. I really like that. They're all rhodium plated. These are Japanese made. Now, it is black cotton sleeving on it, so it's very flexible. It's actually really nice to touch. They're all hand assembled, and they can manufacture lengths according to your needs. And of course, reach out to Crescendo on their website for additional information and pricing and so forth. So what's the next cable? Well, the next cable is, and it's going to be a little bit controversial, this is their AL12F AC power cable. And I believe this particular cable has been cryogenically treated. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, it is 12 gauge tinned copper shield inside. They're shielded. The sleeving it's an industrial anti-vibration sleeving. The connectors are Japanese-made Furatech. They're hand-assembled, lengths according to your needs, and they're great for all sorts of different equipment. I've used them on preamps, amps, and obviously in the professional world, audio analyzers and all kinds of other recording equipment. So the power cables run about $1,195, I believe. I don't know what the additional charge is for any cryogenically treating, but you can find that out from their webpage if you send them an email. Well, the next one is the DX 2024F, and this is an ASEBU SPDIF digital interconnect. Now, these run about $1,095 for 1 meter. It's several braided conductors within a tin copper shield. It is the same 100% cotton sheathing. I really like that. The sleeve is really, really nice. Now, the connectors are Japanese-made Oyodade Focus, or they're Furatech. They're hand-assembled. They can do custom lengths according to your needs. And this is excellent for all digital signals from a DAC. They can be used for microphone cables as well. That's how they're used in the professional world. But this one is specifically designed for the SPDIF usage. And this one is actually, it says right on there, it's upside down, I think. It says cryo. So this one has been cryogenically treated. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Well, this is future Ed after I got finished shooting the video. I forgot to mention that the Crescendo cables are directional, and you can see the way the arrow is pointing. That indicates their directionality. I just wanted to throw that in there because I do think that makes a difference. And the last one we're going to talk about, this is the model DS 2024F, and this is a SPDIF coax cable, RCA connectors on it. Again, the nice Furatech, and these are, you twist to lock these in. These are very high-end connectors. Really like this. Now, this obviously very similar to the ASEBU cable, hand-assembled lengths according to your need. But again, these beautiful Furatech RCA connectors on it is just marvelous. Now, this one has also been cryogenically treated. So why don't we do this? Why don't we talk about cryogenic treating, and that way I can get everybody all revved up in the comment section. Now, before everybody gets all revved up about cryogenic treatment, this is the information I'm getting or going to relay to you is from the manufacturer's website, and it's their feeling about cryogenic treating. I will tell you overall in the summary what I thought, how the cable sounded. I don't know whether or not the cryogenic treating had any impact on it, because I didn't hear a cable that was not cryogenically treated. The digital cables I had were, so that's all I can tell you about. So according to Crescendo Cable, cryogenic treating, what they do is they plunge the materials into liquid nitrogen at minus 301 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 185 degrees centigrade. And it is designed to, or the process is designed or enhances or reduces sibilance in the lower treble range, leading to clear high frequency detail. Again, this is what the manufacturer says. Increased soundstage depth, with an enhanced sense of realism, more accurate and saturated tonal qualities of instruments and voices, enhanced rhythm and pace, making music more dynamic, and improved bass articulation, extension, and impact. And again, as I said, I didn't have a non-cryogenically treated cable to compare to the cryogenically treated cable. So I will just give you my opinion on the sonic quality of all these cables. So as I mentioned, Crescendo Cable started out actually providing cables in the professional recording world. And while their products are based on, or many of the products are based on professional recording studios and high-end equipment like Moog and modular synths and vintage preamps, they're also very good for audiophile systems. Now, one of the things that they take into consideration is system synergy. The benefits of the Crescendo cables are most apparent when combined or paired with very high quality, very high resolution audio equipment. Obviously, they're priced as a very much of a premium product, and that may be a consideration for some audiophiles. Now, some of the sonic characteristics, and this is some of the stuff I noticed, is enhanced clarity, kind of an improvement in the clarity of vocals and instruments, and it may be in a reduction in noise floor. I also felt there was an increased soundstage depth, and in some cases, depending on the equipment, an improved bass response and a little bit of added warmth, which I really, really liked. Yeah, there were a couple of things that were really, really good on this. So you know what, let me go ahead and give you my full summary of it, and we'll talk about the cables individually. Well, obviously this is a premium product. This is very much a boutique product. And I think I absolutely spent the most time using the speaker cables. I did use, Luke was kind enough to provide me with some jumper cables so I could get rid of those horrible brass or metal posts that go between bi-wired RCA connectors on the back of speakers. Those are terrible. Don't use them. Anything is better than those things. I did spend a fair amount of time with the SPDIF cable because I have more gear that takes a SPDIF output or input than I do with the AES EBU, although I did test it. And then the power cable. We're going to talk about this. I am a believer in power cables, and I know everybody's going to think I'm crazy for that, but I know what I hear, and that's the important thing. So as we talk about this, I'm going to kind of summarize, but the summaries are going to be probably more focused on the speaker cable and the power cables, because I did honestly use those more than anything else. And I think there were a couple of really good benefits to these. So really the most obvious benefits to me were, and again, I'm talking about the power cable and the speaker cables and the little jumper cables, because I did use those a lot. You probably saw those on the back of the TAD speakers when I did that review. And again, I used primarily the coax cable more than the AES EBU cable. For me, I noticed an improvement in clarity and vocals. I think it was like, you know, making sure the window is super clean. I just thought there was a little deeper look into those things. I also thought I heard an increased soundstage depth for sure. And again, this, you know, I'm talking about power cables, speaker cables more than anything else, and on some really good high resolution equipment. Good bass response, that I think is I can attribute to the speaker cables, and some of that to the power cable as well. And some warmth, some nice warmth. I really enjoyed that. So for me, the most significant improvements or most significant sonic benefits I got from the speaker cable and the power cables, less so with the digital cables, although honestly, I do think I heard some improvement in soundstage with those, but I can't be 100% sure, because sometimes I thought I heard it, sometimes I didn't think I heard it. I couldn't, you know, a lot can depend on the atmospheric pressure, you know, what my blood pressure is, how I'm feeling that day, what's going on. All of those things can contribute to how well you can hear or the things you can notice. I do think that the crescendo cables really bring out the musical and emotional side of a recording. I think they do a really good job with that. They make the performance feel much more alive and engaging. I really found that to be probably the most rewarding portion of listening to these cables. I found the timbre to be incredibly natural. Instruments sounded really realistic, vibrant. There was a sense of kind of their true character and their presence in space. Really good. And I tested these on loads of different stuff. I'm not going to bore you with all of it, but you've seen some of the high-end stuff I've had. I've used these cables with all the best amplifiers, best preamps, and the best speakers I have in here, which is, you know, manifold. I have tons of them for sure. And I found the soundstage really to be impressively three-dimensional. Each instrument kind of had a clear sense of space and depth. I thought it was easy to pick out the kind of the textures and the rhythm of them. This cable made a big difference I primarily used it on preamps if I was using separate preamp and amplifier. And compared to my standard, which is a premium cable, these I thought I heard a good difference with the power cable for sure. And this is, again, a cryogenically treated power cable. This really made a difference. Now on the integrated amplifiers, maybe not as much so as they did on the separate preamplifiers, but it was a noticeable difference over my standard premium power cables. Also to speaker wire wise, I found that the crescendo speaker cables just opened up the soundstage. I just felt there was a more natural characteristic to it. Really, really revealing. I felt like I was getting a little deeper look into the soundstage more than anything. I think as far as the overall frequency response, I think these cables are probably very similar to others, but I think in the fine details, in the microdynamics and those micro details, I think these things, these cables brought it out. And it brought it out on the TADs, which I used them on the Martin Logans, on the Big Maggies I have here, on the Opera Divas, on the Buchart E50s, all of those, you may or may not have seen those reviewed yet, but I tried this on everything I had in, and really I thought these were really, really good. Now, yes, at $4,300, they're not inexpensive, but when you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a hi-fi system, $4,300 is actually very affordable when it comes to really premium speaker cables. There are speaker cables out there that cost $25,000, $30,000 for a pair of speaker cables. So relative to the performance, now I can't speak to how those $25,000 cables sound, but once you start getting over $6,000 or $8,000 for a cable, I get real skeptical about the performance of them. But if you're talking about a regular, you know, $100 or $300 pair of cables compared to these, yeah, there is a big difference, and it's immediately recognizable that those differences are there. So yes, I really enjoyed my time with the crescendo cables. As I said, I heard the biggest difference with the power cable and the speaker cables, and less so with the digital cables. And again, it was kind of, did I hear it? Do I not hear it? Oh, this is really clear. You know, one day it might be, oh yeah, I hear that difference right away. And another day it might be, do I really hear a difference? So that one's a tough one, but they're extraordinarily well made, and if you have the budget for them and you have the system that will resolve the detail, they're really worth a try. Now, for any information about crescendo cables, you'll have to reach out to them via their email. They can give you, all the cables are custom made, so you're going to have to email them and ask them. They can provide pricing and so forth and so on, delivery times and all of that stuff. So reach out to Luke at Crescendo Cables. I will put a link to their email address in the pinned comment and in the video description. And again, I have no affiliation with Crescendo at all. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the Crescendo cables. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Hopefully you'll be willing to give me a like and your subscription. Hopefully be able to ring the bell to get notified when I drop another video. Hopefully you won't think I'm trying to peddle snake oil, because I do hear this difference. I absolutely do. And I am a big believer in premium cables. So, you know, again, I'll leave that up to you to make your own judgment about it. Please consider subscribing though. My subscriber base, as of the time I filmed this video, we just went through 30,000 subscribers. So, wow, thank you all so very much. And a big thank you to my current channel members and subscribers. It's because of you guys that this channel is enjoying the growth it is. So thank you so very much. As I mentioned, there will be a link to Crescendo's email address so that if you have any questions for them, you can reach out directly. There will be a link to their website as well, so you can explore the different products that they offer. And again, I have no affiliation with them. There will be a link to the Community Post playlist in the video description. I've gotten some great updates on that. You guys got to check that one out. There are some other affiliate links in the video description. You know the drill on that. Comment, let me know your thoughts. I can kind of guess some of the comments I'm going to get. Like I said, I am a believer in premium cables. I also think that at some point that stuff becomes, the law of diminishing returns accelerates really quickly when you get over $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 for cables. Absolutely. Do $50,000 cables sound 5 times better than $10,000 cables? I don't think so. Does a $10,000 cable sound twice as good as a $5,000 cable? No, maybe incrementally better, but again, the law of diminishing returns, I think, kicks in on cables when you start getting over $6,000, $8,000 price points on those things. Anyway, those are my feelings on it. Let me know your feelings in it in the comment section. I think I've covered everything. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Please follow me on Instagram if you want to. My name is Ed Homewood. This is the Old Guy Hi-Fi channel, and please take some time today to sit down, listen to your favorite music, and just relax. I appreciate the time you gave me. Thanks so much. I hope you have a wonderful day.